Welcome to the threshold of rebirth. There is a decision point to be made between the division of your next self, the emerging self, and the self that was. The emerging self is ready to remove all prior masks, roles, positions, personalities, identities, to reveal the emerging new self. The divide between who you were and who you are becoming is dissolving. And as this divide dissolves, I invite you to choose yourself. Choose the emerging self. Choose the essence of your truth. And walk with me in parallel as we choose our highest truths together. Tuning into the energies of this month ahead of March, I was flooded with citrine light frequency energies. And these energies are surrounding us. They are enveloping us, and there is an entry point accessible also through the solar flares to help us to emerge through a cellular resonance for more luminosity. And this luminosity may bring some challenges. Your physical body may be needing more rest. You may have an emergence of themes to be cleared out from your cells so that you can carry more of this light. And your DNA structures are changing, the crystalline light. The beings of the central sun are making themselves more prominent through the collective. Many of us with origins with the central sun, with the beings of light from the central sun, the solar logos, may feel extra activated around this time. The solar frequencies are available for all, regardless of your soul's origin. Many of us have multidimensional backgrounds, and this may be your month to emerge through a rebirth where you begin to connect with different multidimensional origins of your soul. The expansion that is asked and called for with this rebirth are being shown to me as a person walking through a triangle. And through this triangle, the triangle is surrounded by yellow golden light frequencies, and the person is walking towards me, walking forwards. And they are lit up in the upper three chakras. And the lower chakras are asking for extra acceleration and ignition to more luminosity. I am sensing that the invitation with the solar frequencies are here to help ignite us into the rebirth that is necessary, that has been being cultivated over the winter months. And the veil between your next version of self is ready to reveal by the end of the month with the lunar eclipse timeline. The codes from the central sun will also be seeking channels and vessels of light to help distribute these higher light forms into the collective. I'm receiving that if you feel called to a specific memory with links to the sun, being out in the sun during this month can really help open up this portal within you of holding codes of the central sun. And you will know I'm receiving by how your solar plexus feels. You can tap your solar plexus with your fingertips when you're outside to receive the solar codes. And we can distribute them simply just by stating to the sun's frequency that we are ready to receive these new solar codes of light. And that if you have any cellular memory in your DNA that holds codes of the central sun, to please activate them within you. And be open to any spiritual guidance or your intuition. And know that anything that you receive is intuitive guidance for you at this time with working with the solar light frequencies. For timeline dates, I am being guided to March 3rd. There feels to be an energetic portal of sorts, with it being in the frequency of 3-3. And this has links with the Trinity number. I'm sensing 3 overlays going on within the collective. I'm seeing a person, and there are 3 different fields of light frequencies that are overlapping this person's energetic fields. There's a merging, a unification of sorts. This might happen subconsciously. You might be consciously aware. This may happen through sleep, through downloads. There seems to be some sort of recalibration moving around this date. You may feel energetically lifted. You may sense energies really moving around that time. There's a momentum that feels to be divinely orchestrated around that date. I'm seeing the beings of light setting up this orchestration from the 3rd all the way until the end of March, around the 30th. There's a completion with the 3s. I'm receiving that being open to this recalibration can be helpful by stating the intention with your spirit team, your guides, to help you to embody your expansion in a way that is comfortable for your physical body at this time. There's this interesting sense of activations and acceleration in how we're expanding. And there's this message I'm receiving from the beings of light that they do want to honor and respect our frequency of our physical bodies as well. So for whoever may need to hear this, you may set the intention to put that into place. There is no rush to a destination, an ascension. And without our physical bodies, we would not be in this process, and so please take care of your vessel at this time. My next timeline date I'm being guided to is March 10th for the Pisces new moon. With this new moon being in Pisces and the sun being in Pisces, there is this overflow of energy through the crown and the third eye space that feels so active. And I'm also seeing too the zeal point chakra, which is located on the back of the neck, in a ways is a hyper amplified throat chakra communications with the divine. It feels that there's this amplification of the other worlds around this moon. There's complexities with it though. And what I'm receiving is that this moon is almost like a test of faith. It's a new moon for new beginnings, yes. But there is something deeply personal to you at this time that may come through that asks you to believe past the practical in a way that will have you turning more to the divine, or if you want to say the supernatural, or your guides, the other realms, those who assist you on the other side, to God, Creator, Universe, however you identify it. This new beginning is asking for faith that transcends anything that you could physically see right now. The energies of Pisces grace that gift and that knowledge and that wisdom. And I'm also seeing the number 10, and there's a karmic completion around this moon, with Pisces being the last sign of the zodiac. There is a completion of karma. And sometimes these karmic completions serve as a place to accelerate us into greater faith, into greater hopes, greater dreams, and for more unconditional love for ourselves and for the potential of what could be, and also hold that space for others. Pisces can be self-sacrificing. I am getting this message of where might we be self-sacrificing ourselves for the sake of a new beginning. And the lesson of any time we surrender something to the divine, we sacrifice in a ways an expectation, a want, a desire. And that may feel like we are giving of ourselves or self-sacrificing in a ways. But this is an exchange of give and receive. I myself have lived my journey a lot through this energetic exchange of sacrifice, to sacrifice or give of myself to certain paths. And that is not for everybody, but for those that does, something I am learning to embrace more is that fact of the give and receive of the energy exchange, as opposed to the energetic frequency of sacrifice. March 19th is the next date, bringing us to the spring equinox energies. It is the beginning of Aries season and the astrological new year. The first timeline message I was getting about this is that this spring equinox is actually setting us up until September of this year. It's a really interesting opening. And I'm seeing the number 8. So there is a relation to this year being an 8 year, and also the month of August. There's some loose ends around August that may come through from this spring equinox. The spring equinox is serving as this. It's coming through as an anniversary or a celebration, a milestone, truly. This spring equinox is interesting to me because I'm seeing it involving the summer solstice very heavily. It's almost like they're not separate. It's very interesting that there's a blending there. And so I am inviting you to think of this spring equinox almost like a 6-month cycle, not just a 3-month cycle. There's a highly energized point with this spring equinox that I cannot put human logic or words to, but I'm sensing it there. It's golden. And through entering that portal of the spring equinox, you're setting the tone for your emergence with the lunar eclipse energies on March 25th. The lunar eclipse is also a full moon. It'll be in the sign of Libra. It's very interconnected with the spring equinox energies. What you set intention to emerge, to shine your light, to be in your luminosity about with the spring equinox, the eclipse is going to invite you to clear something out. It's coming through as a bit of an identity shakeup to fully emerge. So I'm seeing the spring equinox as our milestone or celebration point to emerge, and then the lunar eclipse is almost, in a sense, then saying, hello, you have set your intention to emerge brand new as this new version of yourself. But now, are you fully ready to clear away what you may need to? Old programs, energies, beliefs, to find balance in your physical body with that new emerging self, to have that full rebirth. It's like taking the energetic overlay of your new identity, your new emerging self, and having it birth through your physical vessel so that you can take the energetics from the astral, the ethers, the upper realms, however you want to identify your higher self, and birth that through your vessel at this time. So the eclipse energies may feel a little rocky because they are asking us to energize ourselves, to balance, to recalibrate, and really sink in to harmony and unification, also between polarity and duality, and within ourselves, within our choices, and that division point that I was picking up on between the old you and the new emerging you, and holding space that both exist, accepting both, having the allowance for the old to make its way, but also honoring that that will always be a identity that was part of you and is part of you and has just evolved in a new emerging way. I'm seeing someone standing under rain falling from the sky, and within each raindrop there is an essence. It's a peace offering, in fact. It's as if our spirit teams are wanting to console us in any sorrow that may come up around this time, any pain, suffering, things that we have let go of, and just letting it wash over us. There's a lot of divine support moving through this month for all of us to emerge, to rebirth individually, and allowing that to contribute to the collective rising. And with rebirth comes cleansing. When we're at the thresholds from one state to another, the transition asks for blind faith in what the new emerging will look like. And with the solar frequencies really moving through more powerfully, it's an invitation to receive that divine support. So by the end of the month, you may be able to look back and see the many challenges and also the many blessings that move through. But the emergence, the new self, has some more complexities to it that may move through this month until we feel that final merging. And so I hope that you may feel held this month in divine support to continue forward through this threshold to your new emerging self. Know that I walk with you in spirit across all time and space, doing this together. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. It is an honor to have you here. If this video was helpful for you, it'd be an honor if you left a like on this video as a way to let me know, and feel free to subscribe so that you may join again with this growing community of light. And important announcements that I have been guided to put together some group offerings so that we can continue to gather in communities of light to help assist each other in our journeys. And this month I will be co-hosting 3 different groups. I have one group offering available already for the new moon in Pisces on March 10th, working with galactic energy frequencies. And I will be co-hosting another group for the spring equinox, along with the Libra full moon lunar eclipse. So if you are interested in joining any of these groups, you can also sign up for my newsletter. My link for my newsletter is in my description, so you could stay up to date with group offerings as I continue to offer them to the collective. And as always, I appreciate your presence of light here. Feel free to share any specific resonances down below. I would love to hear from you. And I'm sending soulful blessings to you until next time.